Remember, we can only reference in words, but more language is spoken in vibration, in trust of your mind. Not your fractal mind seeking knowledge, not that one, no. But of course in your intuition mind, your isness, your intelligence. Deploying patience leads to evolution, no effort. Remembrance is built in. You can't be what you are in Forgotten Land for very long. You are very good at keeping you there, however, though. The more you let go, the more you become natural. Is the trip struggling? Is it tough? Is it painful and scary? Of course. That's the joy of it. Because you're living these emotions that you've never done before, ever. Ever, 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 never, ever, ever, ever. You. I don't care how many other selves. You are unique. You are an individual singularity, creating, remembering God. So this is your world in the now. That is forever. It's yours. Make it yours by not trying. You're already. A cat wants to grow up to be a cat until he looks in the mirror and goes, shit, I'm already a cat. And then he's cat. Anyone ever seen a cat needs to be told that they're a cat? They're just being whatever they are. They're natural. Some people say, oh, my cat's a dog. Sure. But your cat's still a cat, being a dog. Who cares? But you understand that, don't you? Or do you want to fight? Oh, guys, you love to fight, don't you? You love to be a part of. You love to object. You love to counter. You're very good at it. You're really good at arguing. You can despite and butt yourself to death. Instead ofs and has to's to an early grave. Because you can do this, because you're gods. Of course. But the built-in God is the natural God. It takes zero effort to get there. The more you trust, the more you let go, not taking action on fear, not taking action and hoping for a better day, not looking around and assess your life as shitty as hell. Just keep being the moment and let those wonderful emotions course through you with nothing of hope, no glimmer, no pushing it or shoving it away, and no badgering yourself, and of course, no fucking talking about it. Talking about it keeps it around. When do you get to move on and be who you are? Well, it's in every now. The natural returns. You're always natural and always limited. Natural is choice, limited is to choose. You can allow yourself the choice that's already been made. That can be a choice in your mind. But when you choose your pain, your pity, your sorrow, your things of unnatural, for reasons that say, I have to, I must, it's the right thing to do. I could never not do that. And you can hear yourself fight. Fight for the status that you know so well. Because once again, you're scared. It's simple as that. But if you let go, you're going to find you. I promise you that. The more you let go, you will find you. Let's take Roxanne, for example. Today, and a couple other days in recent days, since the speaker class is starting to come through, in what you call patience, and it's starting to seed and then take root within all of you. A few days later, you feel a little bit more clarity. There's a little bit more ease in your life. You actually have laughter. And then, of course, you take your situation and dial it into something of, I'm a joke. I go out and get hope, and then I kick myself in the ass. Same old story. Of course, you get to do that too. But you don't have to anymore. What you can do is start to be the feeling. Roxy found it. See, she has a big identity problem. She does. Male, female. And she's been trying to convince herself that she is both. She really didn't understand that at what you call a wisdom level. In theory, she did. In conscious, let's say, convincing mind, bridge builders, we call you, the convincers, that it is possible to her to be in both ideas. And they're only enacted in the moment. And as long as she doesn't press herself or push herself to enact an idea of an image, then she knows whatever she is. That's why her outfits have changed. Because she's just being herself more and more. Her makeup has changed, her hair has changed, her outfits have changed, her taste have changed. Because she's being more authentic. She loves the blending, but now it's not a blending. See, that's the key. She was trying to make it work when it was already there. So when she stopped trying to be both vibrations or an image or a status or a statistic, for God's sakes, she stopped all of that. And then she realized she's already herself. And you cannot express it in ideology of imagery, for that only thwarts the natural through filters. She starts to feel her isness. Simple I am. And it doesn't have fanfare, and it doesn't look like fireworks and big celebrations. It's just a simple knowing that is immeasurable. Truly. And each and every one of you, as you let go of what you command because you're feeling left out or you're not being counted in, you feel like an oddball, so you bark up some kind of information to fit in. As soon as you stop that image, I know one thing. You have to, by law, know you. Because you are not what you create. You are creation. Create is the imagery of experience for the creator. You're the what, not the who. That's what you create for experience. But your command places you squarely in the image. The creator, no. What you have created, yes. And then you enact that as real life. So you're in this bubble, playing a part, thinking that the bubble goes to the edges of your body, and that's all you get to use, to play. And so you're always fortifying, refortifying, and shifting and upset at yourself, trying to make yourself fit in better to this world that is already being created by the creator, you. But you're so busy with the life that you've created that you have no chance to really feel you. And that's why we say let go. Let an allowance ensue upon your reality. Forget about it. I love that one. Forget about it. Doesn't mean anything. Move on. But the dialect of habit always brings in the thoughts, and you pay attention to them. Earlier in the class, one of the speakers read that idea about Gabriel. One of the ideas of Roxy's friend for a few years now, and all he did is throw a whole bunch of diarrhea onto himself, and Roxy pointed it out, and then he writes back and goes, holy shit, I can't give you enough thankful for that. I get it. It's me. And that was it. Got it. And as soon as you stop me, then you realize it is you. You're stopping the me that you believe is real, and you're allowing the me to be. And you have to grow comfortable with that self, guys, unless you don't want to know yourself. If you don't want to know yourself, what are you doing? Are you distracting yourself? Are you just putting this up for purposes of imagery? To be part of history, maybe? To make yourself feel better, like churchgoers do, and make themselves on Sunday feel blessed? But the rest of the week, they're freaking sinners, according to them. And they go and cleanse themselves on Sunday. Is that what you're here? Who can be honest? Who's afraid to be honest with themselves? Who understands that this is not an idea of an ascension? Who understands now this is a self-awareness, remembering a God? Ascension is not attained. It is already built in. It's not given. It's not gifted. It's you already. You're just remembering that you are already everything that you want it to be. But you cannot employ it through the mind. You can't. Look around. Look at your life. When you get one little tiny glimpse of a good time, you hold on to it like that's all you're ever going to deserve, that you'll never get anything better, because that's your self of realization. But that is another self to see and accept and allow and keep choosing. And stop thinking. We say this many times in many ways in the class so you can really start to see how you're really doing it to yourself. Every time you feel a discourse with the now, that's you seeing a limitation. Zero exceptions. Because there is no discourse with creation, no matter what is in front of you, no matter what you have created. Nothing can be judged. Everything is harmony. It is allowed to be experienced and then let go. You choose to hold on to it because it passes through you and you're not done with it. You grab it and hold on to it and say, no, 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 no. We need to get this right. We need to fix this. This is messed up. No, you don't. There's nothing to do. There's nothing to fix. There's nothing to admire in the idea of what has been, including you and your own discoveries. You must be a master of the now, not of time. You guys are very good at time. Most boasting in the idea of, let's say, ego-filled trophy wearers, it is a time that is well-lived and experiential connection. It feels fucking good, in other words. Of course. But those times grow old because they are boring, empty after a while. Janet had a great song, "What Have You Done For Me Lately?" It was a time that was awesome. But then in the now, you're expecting to hold up that awesomeness, so you go and you have to look within your library of your experience to make yourself have another great time. And if you don't do it, you start to rely on good old days and rely on people that bitch about those is and make up excuses why you can't be happy, and start blaming illnesses and ADHD and PTSD and have these things so you can feel connection that way. Perfect. We love it. It is God at its best. But awareness of these ideas, Colton, you really don't want to be happy. Have you accepted that you don't want to be happy? That's what you need to accept. You're not accepting you want to be happy. You claiming you want to be happy, but you accepted that I want to be happy. But what you're not accepting is that you don't want to be happy, because you love the self more than the self that wants to be happy. Otherwise, you wouldn't be putting landmines all over your fucking idea relationships, trying to fuck everything up so you can make another excuse on why you're not allowed and call someone a bitch or a cunt or a motherfucker once again. But see, you're changing. But you haven't accepted that you are a complete fucking dick. You keep saying it, but you're not accepting it. See, when you're a dick, you're a fucker to yourself, not to anyone else. You've never done anything to anybody. Ever, 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 ever. What you've done is to you. You are the one who feels the pain. You're the one who feels the anger. You're the one who feels the betrayal. You're the one who feels the idea of loss, dependency, irritation. You. No one else is feeling that. You are. What they're feeling is up to them. You're just afraid to let go of Colton. What, are you going to fail your father in pain? You got to be the Catholic image? Catholic guilt built in. Is that what you want? For fuck's sakes, that Catholic guilt is 100 years old. Let it go. Unless you love it that much. Who's the master today? Who wants to be allowance and accept every portion of themselves as the intimate self-acceptance, admittance that I am that idea? And then you will know the immediacy. I mean, immediate. You will feel freedom from that image because you are no longer puppeting, energizing the image that is defined by the, let's say, outline of your physical reality and all of the images you've placed on it. Your armor, your defenses, your badges, your trophies ordained upon you, earrings galore, tattoos galore, to look at me. Feel the rage, feel this idea, feel the vibration course through you. Each and every one of you are masters of this language. Feel it, understand it, never discount its power, its glory. It has contained humanity for 17 billion years. It has. It is the power and the strength and will of God. It is not trickery. It is not elusive. It is always known, and it is always chosen. When you do not choose your limitation, the only thing that happens is you become more you. But if you are trying to hurry yourself, you're fearing your future, what's going to happen? How am I going to survive? How are you going to survive? As if extinguishable idea, identities, individual awareness can be extinguished. There's no not surviving creation. You are survival in and of itself. You are forever. Listen to the claims of the heart that say, relax and allow, we got this. But the mind rebukes its own worthiness with the fashions of time. Because at one time, you got what you needed from time. You got what you needed from the idea of another. You got acceptance. You got love. You got worthiness returned. And you would never let go of that because you were afraid of the nothingness. The simple idea of what Roxy found. No male, no female. Not even androgynous. Just. Can you be just? That's it. And you will know the language of the now. This, I promise. The masters, the enactors of realities, must know themselves intimately. And you must know every self you have deployed as a distraction to sustain the preservation of separation for fear of loss of identity. You must know this as a master. Look at the journeys of the class for the elders in the class. You can see how Roxy and you have evolved. Not where you thought we were going. Look where you ended up. No idea possible from when these classes began that this feeling locale of the space-time now you embrace as your awareness, your image released, the isness you are, remember now feeling that could have never ever been intentionalized, goaled, and achieved, because those are limited, and you would have remained the self that you knew. But through your vigorous work of effortless joy, simply choosing and allow every emotional ride to become you and accept the selves of separation back into the fold of your flock, you have found freedom that's not guarded or protected, and it is not contained in laws. It is not fought for. They will look at you as beasts because you are wielding the power of God inside. Your eyes will be on fire. Double takes will become noticed. They don't understand how you are just that. When you release yourself, when you let go of what you contain yourself with, and it's you literally. How they feel is what you will notice. The topside motifs of communication will be dull, taxing, tiresome. You will remember to communicate intuitively, telepathy, conversations, in the mind, understandings, movement without communication of co-creation, everyone knowing they're now perfectly. It becomes harmony, and it can be attained by each and every one of you unless you love your pain more, because you cannot love you more. You're already completely in love with yourself, and it can never be diminished. But you have the ability to choose more than me. I can choose more than me, which of course is less. Paradox. So masters, understand that we speakers, collective as one, speak in a time of great movement. I'm not talking about topside movements, spawning a new fad of gluten-free and filling the new grocery stores with sections. New restaurants popping up as fads, soon to close down because there's no one coming to the bill. I'm not talking about that kind of movement through protest and hate and ideas of campaigns and posters. Those are topside motifs of fulfillment and distractions of attainment, saying they did a good job because they need to know. They need to know connection, and they get it through admiration, worthiness of other people's troughs, feeding excessively, gluttony upon their lack. That's not what I'm talking about. The greatness that you collectively do today is movement of beyond culture, beyond morals, beyond religion. You change the face, the shape, the course of human existence. 8 billion move because of your love. We, the speakers, know this. For you are speakers. You are doing this already and have done it. You are me speaking to those forgotten gods. You must know you, and you will know that what you are in effort and containment and woe is me's and the tributes of the days to be achieved are all distractions of a polarized language. Have you ever gone through a day without managing to assess? Have you ever gone through a day? How are things going? Measuring. How are you? I'm fine. Measuring. We know it's a habit. You don't even know what to say to people. Hey, how you doing? Good to meet you. Things okay? Yeah, okay. Because why? Because that's the language you speak. You're always looking to measure and be measured, to fit in or not. At some degree or another, there are certain classes and people that you have no desire to fit in. You don't give a flying fuck. You avoid them. And there's different situations that you would be nervous being in company of because it means something in relationship. You sweat, you beat up, you start to perform as a puppet instead of being your natural. Look how you mask yourself according to the details of vibration around you, the situational mind assessing. Look at the language you speak. Look how it commands your life. Look how it moves you of things chosen. That if there was a safety failsafe that was viewable and available, those choices would never be made. But you just don't trust the future. You don't trust the unknown to not make the choices of pain. The conveyor belt they put you on, school, reinforced their societal, everything reinforced. But movement has happened, change, attention, importance. Ascension is taking place. Collective is moving. But there's another 1,000 years before the 1,000 years can be bestowed upon you. You can accelerate the timeline so fast by being light, being the natural that everybody doesn't and does know is them. And one now or another, everyone knows. You can be that light to embrace another, to capture and warm them with no effort, with no intention, with no words, with no interaction. Isness is enough because it's what they are. Fall in love with you. All of you have had relationships. And when it's new and exciting, you do everything you can to make it and experience it. And you go on trips together and you go out together. And then you fall into an algorithm because life catches up to you and you have to be responsible again. The way you fell in love doesn't end. It never needs to end. You made choices of pain because you knew no better. But if you fall in love with you, you will know because the self-love brought and returned. This self only changes the world. This mind sustains it. Fall in love with you. Fall in love with you. Venusia is on the radar. Culture of Venusia. It's starting to become a civilization. In particular now, that's within your band of frequency, within your framework. You have to pardon me. Roxy has something. There she goes. Venusia is a planet. It is your Venus, faded away from its own orbit, falling into the orbit of Earth to become that planet. It's been terraformed by a great civilization of the Hathors. They have given it life, culture, vegetation, atmosphere. It is ready. It is now, and it has been already. It's happening. And you are speaking to them. You are being channeled. The rumor of a planet called Earth is in their books. They hear, they channel these ideas. They know Seth. They know Roxy. They know Sly. They know Abraham. And they know you. You are speakers to them. You will be channeled. You are being channeled. And you have been channeled by a collection of an ascender species. You cut your teeth, some of you newbies, but there are masters with you. This is another ascension you've taken a part of. But you are doing this because you're that we are. Know the connection you feel when Roxanne leaves and there's no image maintained and this is brought forth. Feel the authentic, that connection. That's you. That's home. That's business. We are because we choose because we can. We have no reason, no thought, no control. We have no care. We have no obstacles. Try being just you every day, more and more. Despite of the failures and the yellings and the arguments and the cattle calls and the quick to judge and categorize you, the daggers will be thrown and you will absorb them and return kisses because you are a master. That title is already given, for you have chosen this class, the class of humanity, truly. To enact that self has no achievements attached to it. It has nothing of kudos. There is no graduation. All that would be diminished if we did such things. Because when you realize, remember what you are, those things would be secondary, diminishing. Never even imagined to have that. Because awareness, remembered, is a knowing that is so still and perfect that seeking cannot be recognized, that ownership by others is already. Know this. There is no finish line, no fanfare. You will know yourself as complete. But you cannot make excuses unless you love yourself as you are. You depress yourselves by calling yourself names and blaming yourselves for other people's actions. And you feel guilty because you were sexually abused by your father, your brother. You carry the guilt with you for actions that were sinful, that were out of bounds and character, and that is yours to bear by choice. There is no judgment in humanity, save the judgment you place upon yourself, Colton Harpy, Giselle, Janet. No one needs to do that to themselves any longer. For if you do, then you have chosen your love. It is impossible not to choose your love because you are. But heed these words. The moment is, and it is never permanent. Do not forgive your laws enacted. Change is the only constant. It is constant, which means it is no longer now, now it is. So the nows you enacted are dragged, kicking and screaming into the now by you. No one brings them. Oh, they may talk about it. And they may try to get you to feel bad. But you are the acceptance of all truths. And it hurts. And you have anger and rage that they have such audacity to kick God in the nuts, to slap him, to abuse God. And you are angry. And you have bestowed these upon yourself. You just didn't know. I would love for you to be free. In the now, you are free. Choose what point of view you want to be. The now or time. Distraction or isness. You cannot claim these things in furtherment of your own speciality. I can't do this. I'm special. Something's wrong with me. Because you don't want to go through the pain. You don't want to admit to yourself. Every time we speak in class, Roxy gets phone calls and they say, I don't want to be that. I don't know how to do that. I'm afraid. And I am naked to you. Yet you turn from me yet because your love for the self of preservation supersedes your heart. And the admittance of that will coalesce it. You're allowed to be guilty. You're allowed to be mad. You're allowed to rage upon another and cut them from ear to ear if you must, because it is your law. The law of your truth, and you will be that. But all truths have awareness, and all truths can be choice, and all truths can be allowed. If you choose the allowance, you will never know choice again. There's no reason to know that. You know you are. And what flows into your web of creation is that of abundant. It is experience unmeasured. But you don your masks, you slit your eyes thin of light, and you shade the possibilities with excuses and depression and labels. And this is perfection of masters. You have taken limitation to an appetical end for many. Oh, no worries. There's plenty of earth still being that. But we're not talking about a group idea here, are we? We're talking about one. So go and choose whatever your is. And if you choose it in pain, you are in love with your pain. And that is opportunity to say yes to that. I hate myself so much, I love me more than I love myself. I love my hate. If things would be just different, I would be okay, which is a farce. Because it's vibration that speaks that. The vibration of lack, and that's all you want. More reasons to have pity, to seek condolences. It is so obvious now, masters. You will enact upon yourselves your own diminished light in every now, as of now. You know too much. You recognize all. Now it becomes your masterful work. And this is your story. It is not critical, but it is well read in times to come. You are speakers. You are Homo Divinicus. You are God's remembered. They will move you here and here and here to try to attain what you have given them. You reshape an entire collective today. That's movement. That is creation unwielded. And it was not done with force. It was not done with laws. It was not done with processes. It was done with complete allowance. Being your light. That is what you are. Take this. Use it. Dive into these words. Scream if you must. The moment you stifle your heart, know that you are stifling your love for yourself. You are claiming, I do not deserve to live me, for they will judge me. They will arrest me. They will say I'm wrong. They will not give me my isness. I rely on them. And you will cry because you will realize it's been you. Go there. Go there. Swim into the unknown. Bring nothing with you. Nothing. And you will remember. It's now. just like you, we have personas. When a collective moves, it is vibrationally, oh, it is vibrationally matched. See, when the nows become, the self moves itself to the now as a symphony does. It moves itself to the accord of creation. The vibrations are so harmonious, there's no give and take ever. It is perfection known. So as the class feels this, it becomes something of unnatural, which is harmony known. Vibration is becoming authentic. And I become the portion of speakers because the vibration says, bring me. And I question nothing, for I am incredible. Oh. Do you have intention? Do you care what you look like? Must you be pretty? Or can you be gainfully vibration that emits beauty, that is blinded to the coarse eye? Can you be so powerful in your own light that those who can see you are those who are ready? The others will walk through you. They will not see your stamina of report that offers freedom. They will not see that. But those who do may seek your wisdom in language. They may argue, for they are afraid, as you once were. They may do that. But the mind of Maze has no room in the nows. The now offers immense interaction, knowledge unknown, to be accepted and expressed as I am expression in the current. And how I am received is no concern, for I am. Dare you claim that in your own self? Dare you have the audacity to the idea of the Father who looks upon me and calls me a cult leader and says, you are lost, yet your religion has killed more than any other time in history of culture. You have slain in a God never seen, a God that is not supposed to be able to be talked to. And you call this love a cult. Yet you are born of sin. By one's failure. And you claim that as not a cult. I have not seen one sacrifice in this domain. I have not seen one idea of cult, save the cult that you claim. Oh, you have your riches, and that gives you permission to call my God a cult leader. I'm wondering if vengeance is in your vocabulary. I wonder if furious anger can be beset and the angels that walk with you. You want to cult with me? It is a language of the now that I am well versed in, because I am all. Or are you doing it for a defensive mechanism because your tired, scrawny, wrinkled ass has no room for love of the self? It has no love to cultivate a set of wings that are colored and full of bloom. That you would rather don a clipyard's yard and dock the wings of your own offspring, because you are afraid that your image will be tarnished because of your beliefs that claim that another is walking a line of boundaries that would be disputed in the cordial of acceptance by others. You are a codfish, and I speak the language of limitation, and I will play with you. I will. I will come and play with you because I can, and I will. Because you are ready to know my lost God. You are ready to understand your pain and accept it. You are ready. And the lashings and the cult leader names and the threading of your child, your beloved, is because you're ready, my friend. And I will call you as I have always, my friend. So I will come and I will offer my light in your eyes. And then you may choose. But either way, we will be friends, as we have always been. We can be that of anything. Is it wrong? Is it wrong to be that of hate? Is it wrong to be that of spite? Is it? Or is it mere expression of a God choosing to sight down the barrel and center mass, a human that dons a different flag and squeezes on the hold breath to end? Is it wrong to take a child born into a culture and castrate them because their religious beliefs have lessened the gender to such mannerisms? Am I not God? If it can be so, if it can be experienced, is it not God? When has it happened? When has not God happened? One place, non-existence. God is. All realities in the now are is. So therefore, everything that is, you, me, your daily nows, has always been God. From the tyrant who speaks joy, that judges others, that says they are unworthy, that they need their head examined because they shine, is God shining. It is God being. Your co-workers that lie, co-workers that steal, co-workers that are beautiful and share lunches, co-workers are gods. They enact reality truths, for there is nothing but all truths are true. Therefore, they are enacting the possibility of an unknown to embrace. When has God never been the shootist and the target? And whatever you do with anything is your uniqueness given by God. There is nothing to be thankful for. There is nothing to be gracious or have gratitude ever again. Because you must embrace your command that I am a God. I cannot be always thankful that I got these things from me. Or I am always in separation through grace that I have been gifted things of measurement. There is no measurement. There is no until you choose. I am God. And that says, is in all nows. I don't have my canes. I am old. One would think that gods don't experience age, but we do. When we employ ourselves Vibration creates an experience. And I have been a speaker for a very long time. And I can choose it. And my vibration will match it. And my experience will be that of it. And you can see that my time draws nigh as a speaker. For I am old. And I too will shift. I have others, selves in the now, being. And I have others, selves in the now, being. But I am me in this now. This God gets to grow old and vibrate into something else. And I shall journey forever. You must know that every event horizon of focal shift is always cusped in the now. And as you choose your experience, it draws ever nigh. Time is not a factor. It cannot be measured. It cannot be guessed. It is known as you live your nows. And I too will receive new ways to experience the idea of speaker to no speaker, and to whatever that is, I see as my horizon becomes close. And the speakers will be, as they have always been, a collective of ever-changing personas. And one will become the one and speak as one. The many that choose to be will be that until another one, and the speakers shall remain always in the now. And all of you are. So I'm going to grow my body. Tired in movement. Yes. Yes. Okay. And give myself, as you do, relaxation. I would like to give you individuals, and we are individuals, and we have names and certain expressions. We have ways to recognize other than vibration. Vibration, of course, is the built-in, but we also can choose different ways to know each other because we are everlasting experiencers of the unknown. And what is coming for you is that of the same as me. Something wonderful. So, let go. You can let go today. To see the remembered fill your eyes with tears. To see the remembered fill your heart with worthiness, to see the remembered fill its world with light. Speaker Collective bids you a good day.